But the opposite side to that story is I know a lot of guys that use racing slicks on the street and swear by them. So that's the opposite side, you know. Like you have the experts, and you got the scientists, and you got the guys that work at the tire factory, and then you have guys that just ignore all that advice, and they put racing slicks on their bike, and they go out there. They go out there every weekend, and they kick everyone's ass on the street, and they're like, "Yep, they're better," you know. So, so those are the two sides to the argument. Yeah. I got some racing slicks on my motorcycle, and that's why I brought up this topic. I used them on the racetrack just the other day, and I did. They felt great. Someone warned me that with racing slicks they need a bit longer to warm up, so they said for the first 2, 3 laps, don't do anything. So I went around 2, 3 times. Normally I would just kind of go around once, maybe, and then start to ride hard, but I took their advice and I went around I did like 3 laps before we were starting to go hard. And even then I was kind of leery because it was my first time using a different type of tire. But I did well. I haven't ridden my motorcycle at all in like over a month. So, you know, here I am at the racetrack with a different type of tires on it, and I adjusted the suspension as well before going to the track. So I'm like on a fairly different motorcycle than I'm used to, and I'm at the racetrack. And normally in that situation, for me to get my knee down on the track, like get more of the extreme lean angles to get confident, it would take me a few sessions. Like when I get rusty and I go back to the racetrack, I'm not like getting my knee down on the corners right off the bat. It takes me a little while to get my confidence back up. It takes me like usually 3 sessions. So it's 3 20-minute sessions before I start, my confidence gets back up. But with these new race slicks on, the very first session I got out there and I was getting my knee down. So I was happy with that. So I was riding aggressive, and I didn't, and my rear tire didn't slide out at all. Normally when I'm at the track, I do it. My tires do slide a bit, like here and there. I've kind of gotten used to it. Sounds probably sounds scarier than it is, or maybe I'm underestimating it. Maybe it's scarier than I think. But yeah, when I'm at the racetrack, normally there's a couple of corners where I'm a bit too aggressive, and my rear tire will it'll just slide a couple of inches, and I'll feel it, and I'll be like, okay, I need to calm down a bit. But I was going, you know, like I said, I was going more and more aggressive. I was getting my knee down. I was being pretty hard on the gas, and my tires never slipped. So on the racetrack, yeah, I noticed an improvement. And riding on the street, I haven't done it yet, but I'm doing it right now, so we'll see. So what are your guys' experiences? Have you tried? Like, people are crazy. Like, people even buy racers cast offs, because racers they use a fresh pair of tires for each race. So they'll buy a racer will buy racing slicks, use it for a race, and then that's it. They take it off, but they still have a lot of tread left. Like, you know, they still have, you know, half their tread left or more or whatever. I don't know. They still have tread left, so they'll sell them. They'll sell them. You can buy a racer's cast offs, and people buy them and then use them on the street. And they're like, yeah, these are full-on racing slicks, and I got them for cheap because, you know, some racer guy took them off his bike. So yeah, and then there's other people that say that they shouldn't do that. You know, there's a whole anti-argument for that, because they say once you've raced with a tire, the heat cycles, like the tire warming up and getting so hot, it like dries out the tire or something, and it hardens it. Like once a tire has been used so severely, even though it's got lots of tread left, the tire is still worthless because it's been, you know. But there's guys that use these tires and they use them on the road full on aggressive, and they're like, and they swear by it, and they do it regularly. They're not going out buying these racer cast offs and then crashing. They're buying them and then riding aggressively and doing okay. So it's just, it's weird. The argument, like the logic is sound for not using slicks on the street, but and with regards to that, I once did see, we get some nice clean air because we got a typhoon heading in, and it pushes out all the pollution. Oh, speaking of which, I just got gas. I need to reset my. I don't have a fuel gauge on this bike, so what I do is I got 2 tripometers, I think they call it. So I just reset one of the tripometers, and I use that as an indication of how much gas I have left. You guys always ask me how many kilometers I have on my bike. If you paid attention just then, you would have seen it yourself.